Long before the dawn of humanity, before cities rose and civilizations flourished, our planet was a realm of extraordinary scale and untamed power. From the silence of space, the Earth reveals itself as restless and magnificent, shrouded in clouds and the colors of ancient oceans. As we draw closer, the surface pulses with energy, a world still in its infancy, shaped by the relentless churn of volcanoes. Rivers of molten rock cut through the land, ash clouds spiral upward, and the very air vibrates with the force of creation. This is a world in flux, where continents are still forming, and the rules of life are being written in fire and stone. Beneath the volcanic haze, the land is cloaked in dense primeval jungle. Towering ferns and cicadas stretch toward the sky, their leaves glistening with dew under the morning sun. The air is thick, heavy with moisture and fragrance, alive with the sounds of insects and distant calls. Within this green labyrinth, colossal creatures roam. Diplodocus, the gentle giant of the forests, moves gracefully among the trees. Its immense body sways as it feeds, neck reaching upward to strip leaves from the highest branches, each movement deliberate and serene. In the hush of the jungle, the Diplodocus is both guardian and architect, shaping the landscape with its hunger, leaving trails where new life will take root. Beyond the jungle's edge, the world opens into vast plains, a stage set for the dramas of survival. Here, under the watchful gaze of the sun, ancient titans confront one another in battles of dominance and survival. A triceratops stands firm, its muscular frame braced, horns glinting, eyes narrowed in determination. Opposite, the fearsome Tyrannosaurus rex, the apex predator of its time, approaches with measured steps, each movement radiating raw power and intent. Their eyes meet in a moment of primal tension, the silent exchange that precedes the clash. Both creatures are products of their environment, shaped by the endless contest for life, their bodies honed for strength, defense, and attack. The ground trembles beneath them, and the air is charged with anticipation. Not all giants dwell on land. Beneath the waves, a different world unfolds. A realm of shadows and light, mystery and danger. Sunbeams pierce the surface, illuminating a submerged landscape of rocky outcrops and swaying marine plants. Here, the Liopleurodon reigns supreme, a predator of unmatched ferocity and speed. Its massive jaws slice through the water, eyes fixed on a distant shape, a potential meal. With a sudden burst of movement, it surges forward, cutting through the currents in pursuit. The water churns, bubbles rise, and the silence fractures as prey and predator collide. In this underwater world, survival is dictated by stealth and strength, and the drama that plays out beneath the waves is as intense and unforgiving as any found on land. Everywhere, life is engaged in an endless dance, growing, feeding, fleeing, fighting. We witness the extraordinary diversity of form and behavior that flourished during these prehistoric ages. From the colossal Diplodocus to the armored Triceratops, the relentless Tyrannosaurus rex, and the swift Liopleurodon, each creature is a testament to nature's capacity for innovation and adaptation. The world is vast, wild, and unpredictable, its landscapes shaped by forces both visible and unseen. This was an era where scale defied imagination. Mountains rose as continents drifted, volcanoes erupted with unimaginable power, and forests stretched farther than the eye could see. The atmosphere was rich and thick, the climate unpredictable and often violent. Yet through it all, life persisted, evolving, diversifying, conquering every corner of the planet. The plants and animals of this time were pioneers, carving out niches and establishing the foundations for all that would follow. The Age of Giants was not merely a chapter in Earth's history, it was a crucible, a proving ground. Ecosystems teemed with competition and cooperation. Herbivores developed massive size and defenses to deter predators, while carnivores evolved greater speed, intelligence, and hunting strategies. The interplay between species drove the evolution of new forms, new behaviors, and new possibilities. From the slow, deliberate movements of the Diplodocus to the high-stakes confrontations between Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus rex, life was always on the edge of change. Beneath the surface, the oceans provided their own challenges. The marine reptiles of the time, like the Liopleurodon, had to adapt to a world of limited oxygen, swift currents, and fierce competition. Their streamlined bodies and powerful jaws were the culmination of millions of years of evolution, shaped by the need to thrive in a world as unpredictable as any on land. Every hunt was a test, every meal a victory in the ongoing struggle for existence. Yet, for all its dangers and uncertainty, this prehistoric world was also one of profound beauty. The colors of dawn breaking over the jungles, the shimmering light beneath the waves, the intricate patterns of plants, and the majesty of creatures moving through their environments. It was a tapestry of life, woven from the threads of survival and adaptation. The landscapes were alive with possibility, every moment charged with the potential for discovery and change. As we gaze upon the world of the Age of Giants, we are reminded of the forces that shaped our planet, the resilience of life in the face of adversity, and the endless capacity for innovation inherent in nature. It is a story of beginnings, of evolution's grand experiment, and of the creatures who ruled the earth long before humans set foot upon it. The echoes of this ancient world remain all around us, in the rocks beneath our feet, in the fossils that tell stories of lives long past, and in the legacy of adaptation and endurance that defines life on Earth. The Age of Giants was a time of wonder, danger, and change, a testament to the power and mystery of our planet's deep history. The Age of Giants begins. In the heart of a vast arid landscape, the sun beats down mercilessly, casting long shadows across the cracked earth. Here, the world belongs to giants and hunters, creatures locked in an endless dance of survival, adaptation, and instinct. Among the shifting dunes, a sudden flurry of motion betrays the presence of some of the era's most formidable predators, the velociraptors. Agile and cunning, these pack hunters move with coordinated precision, their slender forms weaving between the sparse vegetation. Each movement is purposeful, each step calculated. Dust billows beneath their clawed feet, swirling in the heated air as they close in on their unsuspecting prey. Their eyes, sharp and alert, scan the horizon, communicating silently through subtle gestures and calls. The hunt is not just about brute strength. It's about strategy, cooperation, and the relentless pursuit of survival. Not far away, the ground trembles with the steady march of a herd of Stegosaurus. These gentle giants, armored with rows of formidable plates along their backs, move together in a protective formation. Their tails, each tipped with lethal spikes, are held high and ready, a stern warning to any would-be predator. The Stegosaurus's eyes scan their surroundings, ever watchful, their instincts honed over millennia of evading threats. As the herd passes, the air is thick with the sound of their heavy footsteps, the rustle of foliage, and the occasional low call echoing through the desert. Their unity is their strength, and their defensive posture a testament to the constant presence of danger in this ancient world. Meanwhile, the river cuts a shimmering path through the landscape, its surface broken by the immense form of a Spinosaurus. This colossal predator dominates the waterway, its elongated jaws lined with sharp conical teeth, perfectly adapted for snaring slippery prey. In a sudden, explosive burst of power, the Spinosaurus lunges from the shallows, its massive body arching as it snatches a giant fish from the river with a resounding splash. Water sprays in all directions, glistening in the sunlight, as the dinosaur's jaws clamp down on its prize. The struggle is brief. The fish thrashes desperately, but the Spinosaurus's grip is unyielding. In this world, the river is both a source of life and a hunting ground, a place where only the strongest and most adaptable can thrive. Away from the chaos of the hunt, life unfolds on a smaller, quieter scale. Tucked beneath a tangle of ferns and low-lying shrubs, a baby dinosaur huddles in the shadows. Its small body trembles with fear and anticipation, every muscle tense as it listens to the distant sounds of predators and the thunderous movements of the herd. The world around it seems to vibrate with suspense. The rustle of leaves, the sudden snap of a twig, the distant roar of a carnivore all serve as reminders of the ever-present danger. For the young and vulnerable, survival is a game of patience and instinct. Every decision, when to move, when to hide, when to call for help, can mean the difference between life and death. This is the story of an ancient world where survival is the ultimate prize and every day is a battle against the odds. Predator and prey are locked in a delicate balance, each shaping the destiny of the other. The velociraptors, masters of teamwork and cunning, demonstrate that intelligence and cooperation can tip the scales in the hunt. The Stegosaurus herd, relying on unity and formidable defenses, proves that strength lies in numbers and vigilance. The Spinosaurus, adapted for both land and water, showcases the power of specialization and adaptability in a world where conditions are constantly changing. But it is not only the giants who must fight to survive. The smallest and most vulnerable creatures, like the baby dinosaur hiding in the undergrowth, face their own challenges. Their stories are ones of hope and resilience, of learning and growing amid danger. Every day brings new lessons: how to recognize the sound of approaching danger, how to blend into the surroundings, how to wait for the right moment to emerge. In this ancient landscape, the struggle for survival is both brutal and beautiful. Dust rises as the velociraptors close in on their target, their sleek forms moving as one. The Stegosaurus herd, ever watchful, shifts in response to any threat, their spiked tails ready to defend the vulnerable members within. The Spinosaurus, master of the waterways, rules its domain with unmatched power and precision. Each leap and splash, a testament to its dominance. Yet, despite the constant threat of predation, life finds a way to endure. The herds march on, generation after generation, their young growing stronger with each passing season. The predators, though fierce and relentless, are part of the natural order, each one playing a crucial role in shaping the ecosystem. The balance between hunter and hunted ensures the health and vitality of the land, driving evolution and adaptation. As the sun dips lower in the sky, casting golden light across the landscape, the ancient world continues its relentless cycle. The dust settles momentarily, only to be stirred again by the next chase, the next migration, the next struggle for survival. Every creature, from the smallest hatchling to the mightiest predator, is connected by the invisible threads of competition and coexistence. In this world, there are no guarantees, no certainties, only the unending challenge of survival. It is a world shaped by instinct, by adaptation, and by the ever-present dance of predator and prey. Each day brings new trials, new opportunities, and new stories of courage, perseverance, and the will to live. And so the ancient struggle continues, written in the footprints left in the sand, the ripples spreading across the water, and the silent moments of hope and fear beneath the sheltering leaves. It is a world where every creature, great or small, must find its place, defend its life, and shape its own destiny in the face of an untamed wilderness. As the final chapter of a grand tale unfolds, the world stands on the precipice of an unimaginable transformation. High above the ancient Earth, a meteor hurtles through the cold vastness of space, its surface ablaze as it tears into the atmosphere. The sky, once tranquil, is suddenly pierced by a fiery trail, a cosmic beacon of impending change. Time seems to slow, every second stretching as the meteor descends, glowing brighter, its momentum unstoppable. The impact is cataclysmic. Earth shudders beneath the force, shockwaves rippling outward, reverberating through land and sea. Forests, lush and teeming with life just moments before, are consumed by flames. Towering trees ignite, their branches transformed into tongues of fire reaching desperately for a sky now choked with swirling ash. Smoke rises in dense, roiling clouds, blotting out the sun and plunging the world into darkness. Across the scorched landscape, ancient giants flee in desperation. Dinosaurs, creatures that have ruled this world for millions of years, race through the burning forests, their silhouettes flickering in the glow of distant infernos. Some roar in anguish, others scramble for shelter, their instinct to survive driving them onward. But the heat, the falling debris, and the suffocating ash prove merciless. Thunderous footsteps grow faint, and the chorus of life that once echoed through these lands is silenced. Days turn to months, and months to years. The devastation reshapes the earth. Time-lapse visions reveal the relentless march of change. Mountains of fire erode into barren plains. Rivers shift their courses, and the once vibrant forests decay into desolate wastelands. Layer upon layer of ash settles, blanketing the remnants of a lost world. Deep beneath the surface, the bones of the fallen become fossils, entombed in silent testimony to a vanished era. The planet heals slowly. Rain falls upon the blackened soil, washing away the last traces of fire. Green shoots pierce through the gray, and life, resilient as ever, begins anew. Over millions of years, the world transforms. Strange new creatures emerge, filling the void left by the giants. Mammals scurry through the underbrush, adapting and evolving, while flowering plants spread across the land, painting it in colors never seen before. Yet the legacy of the giants endures. In the branches of an ancient tree, a modern bird takes flight. Its wings beat against the cool air, soaring high above the landscape. As it glides effortlessly across the sky, the connection between past and present becomes clear. The bird, a descendant of the mighty dinosaurs, carries within its fragile frame the story of survival and adaptation. Its journey is a testament to the unyielding power of life, the ability to overcome and endure despite the greatest of challenges. The world beneath the bird is unrecognizable. Cities now rise where forests once stood, and the echo of prehistoric footsteps has faded into memory. Humans gaze at the fossils buried deep within the earth, piecing together the puzzle of a time when giants ruled. Every bone, every imprint is a clue, a fragment of a story that spans eons. As the sun sets, casting a golden glow across the horizon, the world is bathed in a warm, gentle light. The day draws to a close, and with it, the final chapter of an extraordinary epic. The sky is painted with hues of orange and crimson, a breathtaking reminder of the forces that shaped this planet. In the fading light, the words emerge, luminous and resonant. When giants ruled, prehistoric beasts in 4K documentary. This is not just the ending of an age, it is the beginning of new wonders and discoveries. The legacy of the prehistoric beasts endures in stone and in spirit, their stories etched into the very fabric of the earth. Scientists continue to dig, to study, and to marvel at the intricate tapestry woven by evolution and catastrophe. Each discovery brings us closer to understanding the world as it was and how it became what it is. The prehistoric era, though long gone, remains alive in our imagination. It is there in the thunder of a distant storm, in the flight of a bird, in the mysterious fossils that spark wonder in the eyes of children and adults alike. We are the inheritors of this legacy, the stewards of a planet shaped by fire, ice, and the relentless passage of time. As we look to the future, the lessons of the past are clear. Life is fragile, yet incredibly resilient. Change, though often wrought by violence and upheaval, can give rise to astonishing new forms and possibilities. The end of the Age of Giants was not the end of life, but the dawn of a new chapter, one that continues to unfold today. The closing moments linger in the mind. A world transformed, giants remembered, and a new legacy taking flight. The sun sinks below the horizon, its last rays shimmering on the wings of a bird that carries the story of survival and transformation. The text glows softly, a final tribute to the creatures that once ruled and to the enduring mysteries of our planet. In the silence that follows, we are left to ponder the immense scale of time, the forces that shape worlds, and the delicate threads that connect all living things. The Age of Giants may have ended, but their spirit lives on in every corner of the earth, in every fossil unearthed, and in every heartbeat of the life that thrives today. When giants ruled, the world was a place of awe and wonder, a place where the improbable became real, and where the legacy of life was forged in the crucible of change. Their reign is over, but their story endures, inviting us to explore, to dream, and to remember the incredible journey that brought us to this moment. As night falls and the stars emerge, the final words shimmer against the darkening sky, a beacon for all who seek to understand the past and embrace the future. When Giants Ruled, Prehistoric Beasts in 4K documentary. The tale is complete, but the adventure continues in every discovery, in every story, and in every heart that yearns to know the world that once was. Tens of thousands of years ago, the world was a vastly different place. Picture a landscape sculpted by ice and shaped by relentless winds, an endless expanse of frozen grassland stretching as far as the eye can see. The dawn breaks over a horizon of jagged, snow-capped mountains, painting the sky with streaks of crimson and gold. The first rays of sunlight shimmer and dance across crystalline sheets of ice, transforming the frigid plain into a glowing tapestry of light. In this breathtaking primordial arena, a majestic figure emerges from the morning mist. The woolly mammoth. Once, these colossal mammals roamed supreme, their silhouettes a constant presence amid the snowy wilderness. As the land slumbered beneath its icy shroud, the mammoth walked with a calm strength, a living testament to the power and adaptability of nature. From the frozen rivers to the rolling tundra, their footprints mapped a world untouched by modern civilization. The mammoth, with its massive, shaggy form and iconic spiraling tusks, was both an emblem of endurance and the undisputed ruler of the Ice Age plains. Wrapped in a thick, luxuriant coat of hair, the woolly mammoth was a marvel of evolutionary engineering. Each strand of its long, russet fur rippled and fluttered in the biting wind, providing a vital barrier against the cold. Beneath the fur, a dense layer of fat insulated the mammoth from extreme temperatures, ensuring its survival through the harshest winters. The animal's blood, specially adapted to circulate efficiently in freezing conditions, carried warmth to every part of its vast frame. It was a creature sculpted for resilience. Every feature, from its domed skull to its short, stocky ears and tail, served the singular purpose of defying the cold. But perhaps most striking were the mammoth's tusks. Towering, curving upwards and outwards in grand arcs, each tusk could grow longer than the average man is tall, over 4 meters from tip to base. These mighty tools were not merely ornaments, but instruments of survival. Mammoths wielded their tusks to dig through deep snow in search of buried grasses and sedges, to strip bark from trees, and to fend off rivals or predators. In times of conflict, the tusks became weapons, clashing in thunderous displays of strength and dominance that echoed across the tundra. Yet, for all their formidable adaptations, woolly mammoths were gentle giants at heart. Their lives revolved around the bonds of family and the rhythms of the seasons. Picture a mother mammoth, her trunk sweeping gracefully through the snow, uncovering precious tufts of dried grass for her calf. The young one, still awkward but already cloaked in a miniature version of its mother's thick fur, presses close for warmth and security. The herd moves as one, a living fortress against danger. Every member, from the smallest calf to the towering matriarch, plays a role in the group's survival. Daily life on the Ice Age steppe was a constant balancing act between survival and community. The mammoths faced dangers not only from the relentless elements, but also from the formidable predators that shared their world. Out on the windswept plains, sharp eyes caught the distant glint of movement. A pack of dire wolves, their forms barely more than shadows trailing the herd's wake. Sometimes the threat was even greater. The saber-toothed cat, all silent power and deadly grace, or the cave lion, waiting to single out the weak or unwary. But the mammoth's greatest defense was unity. When danger approached, the herd would circle around its youngest and most vulnerable, presenting a wall of tusks and trampling feet to any would-be attacker. The predators, wary of such formidable opposition, would often turn away, seeking easier prey. Through this strength in numbers, the mammoths endured, year after year, generation after generation. Yet even these titans could not escape the inexorable forces of change. As millennia passed, the great ice sheets that had defined the mammoth's world began to withdraw. The climate, once brutally consistent, shifted. Winters grew shorter, summers longer. The permafrost thawed, and rivers of meltwater cut new channels through the land. Grasses and sedges, once abundant, gave way to shrubs and forests. The very landscape that had nurtured the mammoth was vanishing before its eyes. With the receding ice came a new and unpredictable threat: humankind. Armed with ingenuity and a hunger for survival, early human tribes spread across the mammoth's territory. They brought with them sharp spears tipped with flint, clever traps, and the knowledge of fire. For the first time, the mammoth encountered a rival that could outthink as well as outfight. The hunt became a deadly contest of wits and endurance. Stalked across the tundra, mammoths fell to coordinated attacks, their meat and hides sustaining human families through the long winters. These twin pressures, a changing climate and the rise of human hunters, pushed the mammoth ever closer to the brink. The herds grew smaller, their range shrinking with each passing generation. The once unstoppable march of the mammoth slowed, then faltered. By the time the last remnants of the species clung to isolated refuges in the far north, the world that had birthed them was gone. All that remains now are echoes. Deep beneath the frozen earth, the bones of mammoths lie entombed in permafrost, their massive skulls and tusks preserved for millennia in nature's icy vault. Occasionally, the melting ice reveals an astonishing sight: a mammoth, perfectly preserved, its hair and flesh intact, a time capsule from a vanished epoch. These ancient relics, unearthed by the careful hands of scientists, offer tantalizing glimpses into a world lost to history. The discovery of these specimens has sparked a new wave of curiosity and hope. Armed with cutting-edge technology, researchers are delving into the secrets locked within mammoth DNA. In state-of-the-art laboratories, scientists are exploring the possibility of reviving the woolly mammoth through the wonders of genetic engineering. By studying the ancient genetic code, they hope one day to restore these legendary creatures, not just as curiosities, but as living, breathing animals that might once again roam the earth. Such efforts are controversial, raising profound questions about the balance of nature and the responsibilities of humankind. Can we truly bring back the mammoth? And if we succeed, what place would it have in a world so different from the one it left behind? The debate is ongoing, but the fascination endures. For even though the woolly mammoth has vanished from the wild, its legacy lives on. In museums and research centers, in the frozen wastes of Siberia and the imaginations of children, the mammoth endures as a symbol of nature's grandeur and resilience. Their story is a reminder of the power and fragility of life, of the forces that shape our world, and of the deep connections that bind all creatures, past, present, and future. As dusk settles over the imagined tundra, the silhouette of a mammoth herd appears against the dying light. The sun, now low on the horizon, bathes the scene in a golden glow. The mammoths move slowly, trunks entwined, tusks gleaming, their breath rising in the crisp evening air. Though they are gone, in this moment, in memory, in myth, in the echoing halls of our collective past, the woolly mammoth walks again. They remind us that every species, no matter how mighty, depends on its environment and the intricate web of life that sustains it. The mammoth's rise and fall are woven into the fabric of Earth's history, a testament to the ceaseless dance of adaptation and extinction. Their bones, unearthed by the patient labor of scientists, speak of a time when giants roamed and the world was ruled by ice. And yet, their story is not just one of loss. It is a story of discovery and wonder. From the remote tundra of Siberia to the laboratories of modern science, the legacy of the mammoth continues to inspire. It challenges us to look to the past with respect and to the future with hope, to understand our place in the natural world and to cherish the beauty and diversity that remains. So let us remember the woolly mammoth, not just as a relic of a distant age, but as a symbol of the enduring power of life. Through their story, we are reminded of the vastness of time, the mysteries yet to be uncovered, and the enduring spirit of creatures great and small. Their journey, though ended, continues to shape our imagination and our quest for knowledge. As the last rays of sun fade across the ancient steppe, the mammoth herd disappears into the mist, a final, majestic procession into legend. In the silence that follows, the land remembers. And so do we. The woolly mammoth, mighty and mysterious, lives on in the stories we tell, the questions we seek to answer, and the dreams we dare to dream.